Good evening and welcome to Ponsforge International Sports Centre here in the city of Sheffield for the 2019 Speedo and BUCS Swimming Series. This is the first event of the series, which is the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship. Session 1 is getting underway very shortly, but here's a word from our current partners. This is the first of the series of 3, which include the BUCS, the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Championship, the Speedo and BUCS Long Course Championship, and the Team Championship later on in the year. Today's events will be the mixed men's, women's 200 metres medley relay, the women's open 200 metres freestyle relay, and the women's open 1500 metres. These events will be going throughout it. You are watching the stream, which is predominantly for the women's pool, but for the mixed event we will be covering the even numbered events. And before we go, we'll be listening to our short clips from our partners.
So much support from Bright Network that without them, I'm not sure I would have been able to get the job that I did.
It kind of broke down jobs and grad schemes and things available in a way that was really easy for me to understand and apply to.
It was a mixture of the website and obviously the commercial awareness updates I got via my email.
Really easy to navigate. There is like thousands of internships that you can just pick from on their pages.
So without Bright Network, I wouldn't even know the role existed.
Okay. You're watching the stream for the women's pool at the Speedo BUCS Short Course Championship 2019. When the events we're going to see tonight are the mixed 200 metres medley team relay, the women's freestyle 200 metres relay, and the women's open 1500 metres freestyle. For the mixed relays, you will see heats 2, 4 and 6 in this pool, and for the freestyle relay team there are 10 events, 10 heats, and there's one for the women's open 1500. We are very grateful for all our sponsors, as you've seen the clips for them earlier, for Speedo, for Bright House and for Camp America. We will be underway very shortly. As you can probably see, we are all ready and set to go. We've got Heat 2 in this pool, and these are the teams from University of Central Lancashire, Southampton, Hull, Northampton, UWE, Aberystwyth, Kent, York St John and Worcester.
Don't worry about these 15 announcement on the internet. That should be the swimmers in order.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
Just go. If it's incorrect, talk back to Mark, but...
Okay. So
So once this starts, a bit of commentary or...
and there's a no-show there for the University of Aberystwyth. And we're underway here, and it will be 2 strokes for each team. And it's a back roll for 2 lengths, then breaststroke, then the butterfly, and then the freestyle. So starting very well is York St John, who are chasing after UWE, who touch first.
Top 10 times across all of the heats will make their way into the finals later on in the competition.
So as we're coming round to the last touch, it's going to be UWE, that touch first coming into the freestyle length. And they're then in second place is Northampton 2. And touching in first place is the University of UWE. That was heat number 2 of the Men's Women's Open 4x50 medley relay. Next will be heat number 4, and the teams represented will be Bangor, Manchester Met, Bournemouth, Northampton, Leeds, Durham, Birmingham, Oxford Brookes, East Anglia and York.
Downstairs that our times are coming through, that so we can reassure the swimmers for the record.
Are we ready in pool 2 or? Let's give you a rundown of the runners and riders in pool number 1 then. In lane 6 Dundee. Gloucestershire in lane 1. Kent 1's in 2. University of Central Lancashire in 3. University of Central London in 3. York 1's in 4. Cardiff Met the Archers in lane 5. Bournemouth 3's in 6. Leicester 7. London 8. And Bristol 2's in lane 9.
Speak to Andy, can we get an update roughly on time, mate?
While we're waiting, I will also say thank you to our partners for this event at the Speedo BUCS Short Course Swimming 2019. These are Speedo, these are Camp America, and these are our Bright House Recruitment.
It's closely followed by Bristol 2 over there. And a nice clean change from Kent as well as we go into the butterfly length. Keep your eye on the turn now. Just a great first 25 metres from Kent to get themselves into the ascendancy. They jumped from third to first place just off the back of that turn. As we go into the third leg, it will be Kent in...
We're just waiting as there is, as you can probably see, there is an issue with the lane rope between lanes 4 and 5. We will get started as soon as we can.
Kent in full control, they were 137.
It looks like we're all set to go now, and this will be heat number 4 of the mixed 4x50 medley relay. We have teams from Bangor, Manchester Met, Bournemouth, Northampton, Leeds, Durham, Birmingham, Oxford Brookes, East Anglia, and in lane 9 we've got York. This event will be taking place all weekend, with the session tomorrow which will look at the events of where you have men's and women's 200 metres backstroke, men's and women's 50 freestyle, the 200 metres breaststroke, 400 metres individual medley, the 4x50 medley relay, and the 800 metres freestyle. And then on Saturday morning we've got the 200 metres freestyle, the 50 backstroke, the 50 breaststroke, 100 metres butterfly, and the final sessions, which start at 6 o'clock on tomorrow night, will be the finals of all of these events, with the exception of the 400 individual medley, which is a heat declared winner, and the 800 metres freestyle. And then on Sunday we have got the men's. This is from a 9 o'clock start. It's a 200 meters butterfly, 100 meters freestyle, 100 meters breaststroke, 200 meters individual medley, 50 meters butterfly, 100 meters backstroke, and the 400 meters freestyle heat declared winner. And the finals for these events will be at a 2 o'clock start time in the evening, with the exception of they will also have the 4x50 medley relays, the A and B finals. We're all ready to go in the women's pool, and this is heat number 2 of the event 101, the mixed 200 meters medley relay. And that's almost a blanket start there, and it's lane 6 that is leading at the first turn, so Birmingham in the lead at that point. And they're still pulling away there. They're first to touch at the thing, followed by Northampton, who were then closely followed by Durham. So you've got these 3 in the lead, but not the issue, but what happens is, depending on who swims in each one, with the males and females being mixed within this. But at the moment it's still Birmingham that are in the lead, and they're getting caught up slightly by Durham. And it's still Birmingham that touched first, followed by Durham, and then a close one between Leeds and Bangor.
Take this, can Stirling 2 hang on for second place? It's looking like they will with 15.
And Birmingham still in the lead here, and it's quite close between Durham, Northampton and Bangor as they're coming to the last touch win. But coming through in lane is East Anglia in lane number 8, and it's going to be a close finish here. Well, East Anglia are pushing forward here. They're catching up closely on Birmingham as they come to the last turn, as we enter the last 10 metres, and it's going to be East Anglia. They're going to touch first if they keep going, so it's East Anglia first, followed by Birmingham, and then in third place is Leeds, 4th is Durham, and 5th is Bangor. That concludes the second heat, number 4 of the mixed medley relays here on the women's pool at Ponds Forge in the BUCS, the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Championship. And now we're ready for heat number 6 of the mixed 4x50 medley relay. We've got teams from Sheffield, Nottingham, Warwick, Surrey, Loughborough, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Durham and Liverpool. And touching first at the first turnover is Loughborough.
Warwick in 2, Surrey in 3, Loughborough 1 is in lane 4, Edinburgh 1 is in 5, Glasgow in 6, Durham 7, Glasgow 8, and Liverpool in lane 9. Looking good for Bath in lane 3.
And it's getting close now here between Loughborough, Edinburgh and Warwick as they come to the halfway stage. But first touching is Edinburgh.
Themselves right into contention, looking to steal this one out of the deck. Loughborough was in the lead over in pool number 2 as well. Remember, this is all about the time, not where you finish. The top 10 times will get into the final later on this evening as Loughborough 2s take the race over in pool number 1.
And as from the butterfly to freestyle turnover, Loughborough touch first, followed by Edinburgh. And Edinburgh are pushing back on this last leg. And touching first is Edinburgh, followed by Loughborough in a time of 1 minute 45.84, and in third place we have Nottingham.
Sorry, it's blocking an emergency exit. So whoever's got speed, University of Surrey, can you go and move this first?
Okay, Steve to Ruth, now we're looking in ball 1. Are you good to go on the next event?
Is this the 200 freestyle?
Yeah, we'll move into pools there, so men's will be on your left, women on your right.
Oh, that does not help me at all. No, it's freestyle team, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's all women's.
No, back page.
Thanks.
So that can be your men's. Put that on your left. Okay.
Yep.
Pool 1 ready, announce the name of the heat 1. Men's 200
The
freestyle.
next event is the Open 200 Freestyle. In pool number 1 is the men's competition, and in pool number 2 is the women's. So please welcome the swimmers.
Okay, scoreboard, you can go. So these are relay heats.
So we're on that one.
Yeah, so that's heat 1 in pool 2.
If that's wrong, that's their mistake. Just go with what you've got.
No, that should be right.
So we're now moving on to the second event in this women's pool. It's event 102, which is the women's open 200 meters freestyle team relay. There are 10 heats. And in the first heat we've got York St John, Aston and Chester. So Chester are leading it out here in the women's pool, and they're touching first in 31.91 seconds.
Last thing you want is a professional.
So just don't go like final. I think you're doing a great job. But just don't feel like you've got to be for everything. I mean, I will do exactly that. Okay, this is their final swimmers. They can bring this swimmer in.
And still leading the way is Chester at the second touch, and they touch in 105.47, so a split of about 34 seconds, followed by Aston and York St John.
Competition, top 10 times in qualifying for later on tonight.
Please remind those who are showing the medley, if they're changing their teams to the finals, they have to do it immediately.
A reminder for those teams that just saw the medley, if you're lucky enough to have qualified for the final,
As we turn to the 150-metre mark, it's still Chester in the lead, followed closely by Aston and then York St John 2. And touching first is Chester in a time of 2:12.70. In Heat 2 there are 8 teams. In Lane 1 will be London. In Lane 2 there will be the University of Central Lancashire. Lane 3 will be Gloucestershire. Lane 4 Liverpool John Moores. Lane 5 Southampton. Lane 6 Marjohns. Lane 7 Worcester and Lane 8 Northampton.
Garlic and bread. I'll have some chicken, I reckon. And in pool number 1, please welcome number 2. So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having, it's Christmas!
And touching first at the first changeover is the University of Central Lancashire, closely followed by Liverpool John Moores and Gloucestershire.
University of Central Lancashire in 2, Gloucestershire in 3, Liverpool John Moores in 4, Southampton in 5, Marjohns in 6, London in 7, Southampton in 8. In the men's competition, in pool number 1, Adam Swift in lane 0, all of 2 to 1.
And that takeover, Liverpool John Moores in 1 minute and 93, closely followed by Gloucestershire and University of Central Lancashire. And John Moores just stretching away slightly but being put under pressure by Gloucestershire in the second lane from the top.
I just saw the Brexit Glen Fords.
But does it have a car alarm that'll go, get back to that and I'll break your legs?
And University of Lancashire touched just marginally in front by 0.03 of a second there, just ahead of Liverpool John Moores. And it's going to be quite close for second, third and fourth here. With University of Central Lancashire touching first, followed by Worcestershire and London, then Liverpool John Moores. So the winner of heat number 2, the University of Central Lancashire, in a time of 2:03.88.
And over in pool number 1, Plymouth the quickest, followed by Bournemouth and Coventry.
We've got a keeler.
Speaking of a gig a minute, so super slow, 180 frames per second, at 4.5 resolution.
And heat number 3 have representatives from Coventry, Southampton, York St John, Coventry, Chichester, Dundee, Bournemouth, Hull, Aberystwyth and Reading. There are 10 teams in this event. This is heat number 3.
And we're ready to go in pool number 1, heat number 3.
And it's a good start there in the middle from...
It's still a lot of money though, isn't it?
from Dundee, who's opening up a quite an early lead as we come to the end of the first leg of this freestyle team event. Dundee touching first, followed by York St John and Bournemouth. And Dundee still pushing forward there as we enter the third length. And Dundee touching there in 57.57, sub 60 seconds. Followed by York St John and Coventry.
Rule number 1, Southampton 3-0, Kiel in 1, Strathclyde 2, Aberdeen 3, Bangor 4, Oxford Brooks 5, York 6, Leicester 7, Liverpool John 8, London 1.
And Dundee touch in 1:28.64. Could this be the first sub 2 minute heat time? And touching first is Dundee in 1:56.53. Followed by Chichester, York St John and Coventry.
Number 1, where Aberdeen are flying through. This is going to be a new benchmark time set in lane number 3. 1:37.47. It's going to be Leicester in second.
The next in heat number 4 of the women's 200 metres freestyle teams are from Kent, York, Oxford Brookes, Manchester, Reading, Kiel, Portsmouth, Imperial, Plymouth and Manchester Met. And quite a level start from all the teams, with Reading just sneaking in front at the turn. So Reading, Kent and then Portsmouth. For reference, the championship record for this is 1:39.39, which was set by Loughborough here last year. And at the end of the second leg, still Reading in front, touching in 56.78, followed by Plymouth and Portsmouth. And a good push on coming through from Plymouth in lane number 8 to 1 up from the bottom. So Plymouth touching first there, followed by Portsmouth and Manchester.
What I'll do is, mate, I'll wait for the one to finish and I'll bring the other one in.
And it looks like it's going to be a new fastest time so far here from Plymouth, who are coming close, and they're coming into touch in a time of 1:53.41. Then second is Reading, third is Kent.
It's going to be Lancaster or Aberdeen to take the win. Aberdeen
And that is heat number 4 of the women's 200 metres freestyle relay. Next up in heat 5, we have teams from Swansea, East Anglia, Northampton, Bristol, Leeds Beckett, Oxford Brookes, Liverpool, Cardiff Med, Edge Hill and Bangor.
Thankfully, with this scoring system, you get gold, silver, and bronze, so you know first, second, and third straight away, because some of them are.
Yeah, he's got standard straight.
Like the graphics. Yeah. Is that heat 4? Are we on heat behind them? Yeah, it is correct.
And heat number 5 is underway. And a good start there from lane 0 with Swansea at the top of the picture.
Wow, my dear, mate.
26.82, the fastest opening leg so far. And coming back in lane 2 is East Anglia. And Swansea are still leading at the second turn in 55.39.
Don't do a lot, mate. Cheers.
Followed by Bristol and Northampton. And the third changeover is 1:21.61 for Swansea, followed by Bristol, Leeds Beckett, East Anglia, Oxford Brookes.
Coming under a bit of scrutiny from Southampton to the left and Reading to the right, being made to work for this. And Dundee coming through strong as well as we go into the final leg. In blue number 2, Swansea, about to finish.
And setting another fastest time is Swansea in 1:49.25, and then it's close for second with Bristol, East Anglia, Leeds Beckett and Northampton.
Portsmouth 2s still just about holding on. Dundee really fancying this, but they're not going to be quite quick enough. Portsmouth 2s take it. Dundee in second place. Imperial in lane 6 finish in third, although that might...
And in that is heat 5. Heat 6, we have representatives from Heriot Watt, Exeter, Nottingham, Manchester Met, Portsmouth, Glasgow, Strathclyde, Newcastle, York and Leicester. So the fastest time so far is 1:49.25 through from Swansea.
New Mexico. Unbelievable. And now in number 1,
And a good start there from Manchester Met. But Portsmouth pushing through now in lane 4. And they turn in 27.67, followed by Heriot Watt and then Glasgow.
Portsmouth in 4, Glasgow 2's in 5, Strathclyde
And Portsmouth still in the lead, followed by Glasgow and Newcastle. And Glasgow and Newcastle are coming slightly into it before the last touchover, but Portsmouth still lead from Newcastle and Glasgow.
Lancaster leading into the danger over there. Just need to put themselves bang in contention there in lane number 1 and coming on strong as you'd expect in lane 4. It's Harriet Rock. It's the final throws in the men's competition. Portsmouth Lions are going to take this.
And touching first in lane 4 is Portsmouth in 1:52.97, the second fastest time so far.
Contention, but not this time. Lancaster have taken it in the men's. Harriet got second. Leads 2s in lane 1.
And Heat 7, the next one up, and we've got teams representing Nottingham Trent, Surrey, Southampton, Durham, Aberdeen, Leeds, Sheffield Hallam, Exeter, University of Central Lancashire and Lancaster. A bit of a North Cheshire derby there, UCL and Lancaster.
10 heats to Williams. The 10 heats to Williams. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go in pool number 2, Heat 7.
And it's very close at the end of the first turn between Exeter, UCL and Lancaster. And Lancaster look as if they're going to touch first at the end of the first leg in 28.06, followed by UCL and Exeter.
John Moores in 8 and Trent in 9.
And it's between Lancaster and Leeds at the moment, with Lancaster just holding the edge as we enter the last 10 metres of the third leg here. And Lancaster touched with Leeds at 0.57 of a second behind. And touching first is Lancaster in a time of 1:52.60.
It's going to be an outsider picking up the victory in the men's competition too. Birmingham in lane 0.
The next heat up is heat number 8, and the representatives will be from Warwick, York, Bristol, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Stirling, Leeds Beckett, Nottingham, Birmingham 2 and Sheffield. And they're off in heat number 8. And it's very close at the top between Birmingham and Edinburgh, with Edinburgh touching first at the turn. And that's the fastest first leg we've had so far. Edinburgh just starting to edge away from Birmingham there, coming on the second leg. Edinburgh increasing their lead with a time of 52.22 at the second changeover. And it's these two out on their loan, Edinburgh and Birmingham. And into the final leg, they do with Edinburgh do it at a time of 1:18.39. And it's not heat declared, so these will be playing for positions in the final. And it looks like Edinburgh are going to touch first, and they do in a time of 1:44.89. The fastest time, followed by Birmingham, who also got the second fastest time so far of 1:46.41. And next heat is heat number 9, and they have representatives from Manchester, Sheffield Hallam, Bournemouth, Manchester Met, Loughborough, Bath, Cardiff Met, Sheffield Hallam, Aberdeen and Liverpool John Moores. And they're underway in heat, the penultimate heat of event 102, the Women's Open 200 metres freestyle team. And it's very close straight away between Manchester Met and Loughborough. And it's Loughborough who touched first, 100th of a second ahead of Manchester Met, followed by Bath. And Loughborough are now just opening up a little bit of a lead over Manchester Met in this second leg here. And coming back towards second place is Bath. And it's 51.58 for the second turn there. And it's getting close for second and third between Manchester Met and Bath, but Loughborough still away out in front as we're coming to the end of the third leg.
Surrey 2 to 7, East Anglia 8, and Sheffield 9.
And Bath have just edged ahead at the third split. And Loughborough hit the fastest time so far in a time of 1:43.36. And Bath set the third fastest time in 1:46.42, coming in second place.
Great turn from Loughborough into the final length, and Manchester.
And now we're going to start the final heat of the women's 200 metres freestyle relay team. And we've got representatives of Newcastle, East Anglia, Edgehill, Oxford, Edinburgh, Stirling, Surrey, Durham, Leeds and Glasgow.
Manchester on 1 heat mark.
Okay, then, on to our next event. Andy, are you good to go with the 1500s?
I've got one more heat.
Oh, my apologies, we've got one more heat. We're good to go with our final event. How about yourself, Reece? Officially still a decent bet.
As we prepare for the last heat, it's lane 0 is Newcastle, lane 1 East Anglia, lane 2 Edgehill, lane 3 Oxford, lane 4 Edinburgh, lane 5 Stirling, lane 6 Surrey, lane 7 Durham, lane 8 Leeds and lane 9 in Glasgow. Fastest time so far was in the last heat by Loughborough of 1:43.36. And turning first at the end of the first turn is Edinburgh. Edinburgh opening up half body length over the first 2 lengths, and they touch in 26.01. Followed by Stirling and Surrey. So it looks like the 2 Scottish universities are leading the way here, with Edinburgh in the higher lane as we look at them in lane 4. And they touch in 51.73 and Stirling in 53.01. And Edinburgh starting to pull away at the end of this third leg, and then it's quite close in the lanes behind between Oxford and Surrey. But so it's Edinburgh, Stirling, Surrey, Oxford. And Edinburgh pushing on, and it looks like it's going to be Surrey. They're going to take the third spot at the moment, depending on what happens in this last length, and touching first will be Edinburgh in a time of 1:43.16, which is the fastest time so far. They will be in the middle lane alongside Loughborough come the final this on Saturday evening. So Edinburgh first, then Stirling and Surrey and Oxford. So that concludes the Women's Open 400 metres freestyle relay today. We have one more event on this stream, and it will be the Women's Open 1500 metres freestyle.
Stirling will take it. Edinburgh in second place. Strong finish from Birmingham out there in lane 8. It's not going to be looking at the top three. Stirling, Edinburgh. Thank you, mate.
There will be one heat only in this women's open 1500 metres freestyle. In lane 1 we have Amy Farthing from Swansea. Lane 1, Sophia Allen, Nottingham. Lane 2, Kate Taylor, Strathclyde. Lane 3, Millie Emmons, Surrey. Lane 4, M. Clark from Loughborough. Lane 5, Maisie McCartney, Loughborough. Lane 6, Goggy Britton from the UCL. Lane 7, Daisy Hill from East Anglia. Lane 8, Chantel Smith from Stirling. And in lane 9, Sophie Dodd from Stirling. So in this heat declared winner event, it's very tight between 4, 5 and 6, which is M. Clark, Maisie McCartney and Goggy Britton. And they turn within 0.2 of a second between themselves. They look like they're just eyeing themselves up just to keep it going at the moment. And it's quite close even for 4th and 5th from Millie Ems and Daisy Hill, alongside Kate Taylor.
In lane 5, the other gold road lane next to him, that's Ryan Haddad from Derby. Alex Davies, and back goes in 6th. In lane 7 from Glasgow. From Glasgow in this heat, one of the men's 1500, that's Tom Jeffers. And Manchester Met are represented by Elliot Pickford. He goes in lane 8, currently in 8th place.
So still almost in a straight line, the three swimmers who from Loughborough and UCL.
So pool number 2 in heat 1 of the women's. Swansea represented by Amy Farthing in lane.
As they come, that's 200 metres done, so 1300 to go here. Still nip and tuck between the three leading swimmers. And it looks like M. Clark is just edging herself in front ahead of Maisie McCartney and Goggy Britton.
time left in these races. So we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our partners here at the Speedo BUCS Short Course Super Championships. Speedo are the new headline sponsors, and they've got 150 prizes.
So still less than 4/10 of a second separating the top three, with M. Clark still in the lead at the 300 metre point.
Speedo shop, power bags, towels, bags, and the latest basket project as well. So head over to see them. We're on the balcony. In fact, all of our sponsors, all of our partners are here on the balcony, so make sure you visit them, make sure you make them feel welcome and find out everything that they've got to offer. The Speedo BUCS is the hashtag as well. We'll be keeping our eye out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, not Snapchat, mainly because I'm too old.
While we're watching the 1500, I would like to mention our thanks to our partners at the Speedo BUCS Swimming Championship this year. We've got our main sponsor, Speedo, who are the new headline sponsor and partner of this event. They're here throughout the weekend and they're trying to support and offer prizes to all our swimmers. So if you want to find out more, go and visit their website at speedo.com/UK. We also want to express our thanks to the Bright Network, who are one of the supporting partners, and they are here to help you students and people spruce up their career. And you visit the Bright Network, they have already helped 14,000 students secure their first role and have plenty to available, and they've got contacts with over 300 firms across the UK. And finally, we've got Camp America. They offer the chance to go and work at a summer camp in America, where you can go along there and work with children across the country, and then after that you get the opportunity to go and travel around after there. And M. Clark is just starting to open up about 3/4 of a body length here as we come up to the 550 metre part of it, but still anyone's swim there. She turns in 6:05 and it's just opened up a bit of a lead over Goggy Britton, who seems to be responding slightly to that and is just closing it down on her, and Maisie McCartney in the middle. This will be the home of all the women's events at the Speedo BUCS 2019 Swimming Short Course Championship. All the finals will be on the other channel we have, and they will be on Saturday evening starting at 6 and on Sunday starting at 2. But starting tomorrow at starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we have the 200 metres freestyle, 50 metres backstroke, 50 metres breaststroke, and 100 metres butterfly. It will be the fastest 3 heats will be swam first, and then the remaining heats from heat 4 onwards will be swam after that. And then starting at 1:30 there will be the next session, and following the same format, the fastest 3 heats to begin with, and then the remaining heats. We have the women's 200 metres backstroke, women's 50 metres freestyle, women's 200 metres breaststroke, the women's 400 metres individual medley, which is a heat declared winner, and the women's 4x50 medley relay, and the women's 800 metres freestyle. That has only got 2 heats, so they will not be doing the remaining heats at the end, but these are the ones that will be available tomorrow to stream from 9 o'clock for session 2 and session 3 from 1:30. You can find up to the minute start lists online at BUCS.org. So if you follow that, you will see if you're looking for your child or your friend swimming, they will give you the best opportunity to see where they are and when they are swimming. As we've just hit the halfway stage at pool number 1, we've got M. Clark in the lead from Goggy Britton and Maisie McCartney. And it seems to be M. Clark and Goggy Britton who are pulling away and leaving Maisie McCartney a wee bit behind as we enter the last 700 metres. They're only split by 0.70 of a second.
Sometimes the worst thing to commentate with is a shit game of anything.
Worst thing to say?
Get yourself somebody down to the title street. He had 3 knockouts in 28 fights, and he's fighting a Mexican journeyman who's never been stopped. So it's just going to be 12 rounds of... Thankfully, I'm commentating with a guy called Barry Jones, who could swap my legs off a donkey, so he's fine. Yeah, doing well. 21st of November, 22nd of November.
So it's a good bit of acclimatisation for that.
Exactly. So I'm doing, I said to you tonight, so I'm doing Dubai on Friday night, Switzerland on the Saturday, 30 degrees in Dubai, -5 in Switzerland. Flying through.
So as we enter the last 500 metres, it's only 0.04 now. That's the closest it's been since the first turn here in the women's 1500 metres freestyle. And it's still M. Clark that's in the lead, but Goggy Britton has pulled it a wee bit back here, so it's going to be a very interesting last 500 metres with Maisie McCartney having just dropped off the pace now here in the 1500. She's 8 seconds behind the leaders.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm doing like world level stuff in other sports, but rugby's dead man's shoes, and I'm probably a better rugby commentator than I am anything else, so just trying to forge opportunities. And it's nice to get back involved with the SR on Wednesday with Cardi's meant to. Yeah. Yes. God knows what's happening there. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, because like the NDAs and stuff have been signed, I keep asking lads, and he's like...
As we come in now with 400, it's now Jerry Britton still in ahead, but only just marginally. It'll be very, very tight for this last 400 metres.
So they're your clients, right?
I look up on this one. I bet some man's all part of the
Right. I don't know why, but I've got a real problem with Danny from Newco. Don't know why, I just do.
I've never met him, so
I think it's because I used to know the Roseland boys, and they don't do it anymore. Warwick, come on. You've got the noise there. This makes it 3 times. Send the representative to the title street, please. Let's give you an update on what's happening in the races that we're into. The final 10 laps in
As I say, still nip and tuck here, and with M. Clark just edging just ahead at the moment of Goggy Britton, but it's less than a hair's breadth really between them. And it looks like Goggy Britton is just putting a bit of a spurt down that leg as we enter the last 200 metres. And she opens up almost a second of a gap over M. Clark.
Warwick, Aberdeen, where are you?
So, and Goggy Britton is just turned in and put in quite a strong 100 metres here, and she's opened up a body's length over M. Clark in lane 4. So as we now enter the last 150 metres. And it's now, she has put a spurt on, and she's now opened up almost 3 seconds of a gap here. She was just watching it as we were going along. So it looks like it's going to be Goggy Britton is going to take the gold medal for UCL. And then you've got M. Clark in second and Maisie McCartney in third place.
So Hunnard, cross the Robbins, in England, 1, 2, 3,
So Goggy Britton enters the last 75 metres here. And it looks like Maisie McCartney may be getting caught up at the back of the race. So Jerry Britton leads in 16:06, followed by M. Clark. And as you enter the last bit is going to be a first place for Goggy Britton of UCL, and second place will be M. Clark of Loughborough, and it's going to be tight for the last position here, and it's going to be Maisie McCartney, who just holds off Millie Emmons by less than 0.6 of a second, and Katie Taylor in fifth place from Strathclyde. So it's UCL, Loughborough, Surrey, Strathclyde are the first five positions. So the medalists is M. Clark, is Goggy Britton in first place, M. Clark in second, and Maisie McCartney in third. And Daisy Hill has now touched in a time of 17 minutes 36:95. And the swimmers are now entering the last 50 metres of the long haul. Sophia Allen touches in 17:58, 50 seconds. And as we're just watching the remainder of the swimmers coming in,
in lane 0, representing Manchester men, Jamie McCaffrey, Nathan Wells of Loughborough.
I think there's a slight mistake on the clock at the moment, because I think that was Sophia Allen has just finished. So
from Stirling in 3.
we'll see in a minute.
Luke Turley
And
4.
Amy Farthing finishing, although she's still swimming. It comes up at it saying 9 and 8. So that is, looking at that, the gold medalist will be Goggie Britton from UCL, and the silver medalist will be M. Clark from Loughborough, and the bronze medalist will be Maisie McCartney from Loughborough. That concludes the events in this women's pool for this evening. If you want to watch any more swimming, if you go over to the men's pool feed, which is on YouTube, so if you just go on, again, as you did with the YouTube, put in BUCS Swimming 2019, and you've got the option of the men's or the women's pool. The men's pool will is currently showing the second heat of the men's 1500 freestyle, and then we'll have the mixed open 200 meters medley final. As I said earlier, tomorrow we will be live from about 10 to 9 in the morning, and you will have the coverage of the following event from 9 o'clock. It's the same events for the men's and women's, but the women's pool, which will be on this stream, is the 200 meters freestyle, 50 meters backstroke, 50 meters breaststroke, and 100 meters butterfly. The fastest 3 heats will start at 9 o'clock in each of these events, and then the remaining heats, so heats 4 onwards, will start at the conclusion of these heats. And then starting at 1:30, there will be the fastest 3 heats again for the 200 meters backstroke, the 50 meters freestyle, 200 meters breaststroke, 400 meters individual medley, the 4x50 medley relay, and then it will have the 2 heats of the women's 800 meters freestyle, and then we'll have the remaining heats of the rest of the events. And then the finals of all these events will be taking place on the men's stream from 6 o'clock, which will also include the men's finals. And then on Sunday morning, set your alarm clocks so you can't have a leisurely Sunday morning. You'll have the fastest 3 heats for the 200 meters butterfly, 100 meters freestyle, 100 meters breaststroke, 200 meters individual medley, 50 meters butterfly, 100 meters backstroke, and the 400 meters freestyle. And then you will have the remaining heats. The 400 meters freestyle will be heat declared. And then at 2 o'clock, which that time is to be confirmed depending on how the sessions in the morning goes, you will have the finals of all of these events, plus the finals of the 4x50 medley relay, which has been swum on Saturday afternoon in the heats. Thank you for watching. This is the Speeds and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship, the first of the 3 parts of the Speedo and BUCS swimming series. Thank you for listening, and also thank you for our other partners apart from Speedo, the Bright Network and Camp America. Join us back here at about 10 to 9 tomorrow for session 2 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming.